Hello, hello, I'm Bella, and welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. I'm gonna continue on with the 2.5 quest. I'm not sure if I will get to all of it today. I'm not going to push myself because I don't know how long each of the quests are. It just all depends. But I'm gonna push for like the halfway point, which I believe is like the whole quest line is like 16 quests, I believe, so we'll see how far we get. And hey, Green Crab, welcome in. So just sit back, enjoy, cozy up, let's play. Round one. Can't remember. Do people move? Mask of Grief. Mephilia has a request to make of you. Have you a moment, Bella? I believe Yida wished a word with you. I should consider it a personal favor if you would lend a sympathetic ear to her troubles. She has not been herself since Moonbreeda's passing, and my heart aches to see her so downcast. Yida should be somewhere within the Rising Stones. Pray lend her a sympathetic ear, my friend. Will do. Again, when you're dealing with loss, from personal experience, feel the feels and accept it. That's the biggest thing. Just seek acceptance for the situation. Princy, get down. Down, get down. Get down. Hey, it's Bella. Great. Oh, it's no use. I'm trying to stay positive, but it's just hard, you know? The thing is, I know Moon would tell me off if she saw me moping around like this. Which is why I decided to cheer myself up by getting her a special flower. I placed an order for a moon daisy with Rowena a little while ago, and it's ready to be picked up. The trouble is, I find Rowena a bit difficult at the best of times, and, well, this isn't one of them. I know it's silly, but I just can't face it at the moment. So I was wondering, do you think you could maybe collect it for me? I have the coin to pay for the flower right here. Thank you so much. I'll be waiting for you and the daisy at Rothfrost. Okay, say the same thing. Alright, everyone else is the same. What can I do for you today, adventurer? Eldritch trinket to trade. Flower payment. A sack of gil received from Yida in exchange for a single moon daisy. Eh? They've got you running errands now. Them scions really know how to make the most of your talents, don't they? Send the savior of Eorzea to the bleeding market. Fine use of your time, that is. Seriously, though, you'd best learn how to say no, or they'll have you mucking out the chocobo stables next. Anyway, what was it you were here to pick up? The moon daisy, was it? Here, then, take it. And tell that Ida lass I've got a wise selection of headwear in stock if she ever decides to replace that dowdy old mask of hers. Gods no, she needs to. Spunky. Crystal Braves, eh? Can't say I'm keen on the name, but as long as there's coin to be made, you could call yourselves the Flying Fairies, for all I care. Flying Fairies! That's funny. Let's go down here. This way. Rowena can be so annoying. She just will not take no for an answer. Every time I visit her, she insists I replace my visor with something more fashionable. And when I tell her I like it just fine the way it is, she says it again, and then again, and then again. It drives me crazy. What I mean to say is, I really appreciate you doing this for me. So anyway, let's see it. Moon Daisy. Moon daisies are often hung into rafters, trees, or other elevated locations to represent the celestial body when performing holy rituals to the goddess Menfina during daylight hours. Moon Brita love these things, you know. I hope that somewhere, somehow, she knows I'm still thinking of her.
I'll never forget you, Moon. None of us will.
The song riseth to a crescendo.
Just gonna ignore me now, little dragon? It's ominous. Dragons!
Is that what I think it is?
Hello, can you hear me? We have received grave tidings from Ishgard. Pray return to the Rising Stones at once.
We go this way. Oharu up there. Can't remember if we... Actually, I think there is a quest that takes us to talk to them. So I'll wait. Did Bracky say anything different?
Thanks again, Bella. I think I'm going to be alright.
Good. We shall press onwards as we have always done. I will not squander the sacrifices of our fallen friends by surrendering to a paralysis born of fear. My apologies for the interruption. I was deeply saddened to learn of Moonbreeda's passing. Her loss will be sorely felt. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. The envoy from Kurthus will soon arrive, and we must hasten to hear her report. Say anything different? We have had reports from a number of frontier settlers. It would seem the dragons have come as far as Mardona. Defenders for Ishgard. Alphino awaits the arrival of the Ishgardian envoy. The envoy is here. I thank you for receiving me at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I would forego the usual pleasantries, if I may. Certainly. You come with news of the Javanians? Aye, the dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the Central Highlands a short while ago, and the battle was joined soon thereafter. Sir Emmerich himself sallied forth with a contingent of temple knights and several companies of the noble houses' finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if such it may be called, came at the cost of many of our own. Too many. We will not withstand a second wave should the Javanians renew their assault. You paint a grim picture, my lady. It is reinforcements you seek, then? We do. Though it pricks our pride, it is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks thus thinned by the Horde. Sir Emmerich would meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Very well. I shall depart for Kurthus at once. I must warn you, however, that the involvement of the Crystal Braves is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Ul'dah must take precedence. It is with such contingencies in mind that I must make another request. Assigns of a Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the grand companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our case to their leaders? Though I will gladly appeal to the grand companies on your behalf, I dare not promise a favorable reply. You need say no more. Considering our past dealings with the Eorzean Alliance, I can well imagine how our plea will be received. But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. I see. Very well. I shall send envoys to each of the allied nations, and have them present your request directly to the heads of the grand companies. In the event that your plea does receive a favorable answer, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. That is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak with Sir Emmerich's authority in this matter, and that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Which brings me to my final request, a personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. The Lord Commander much desires to speak with you, regardless of your fellows' involvement. You faced Midgardsormr and survived. Anything you can share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Thank you. You wear the mantle of hero well. 'Twould seem the road leads us both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, Bella. So they've infiltrated the Knights.
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken.
Some powerful magics.
Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
Dario! If you're looking for the Scions, they've already left for the Alliance nations. I do hope Ishgard will be saved.
Considering recent history, will there be any among the Alliance willing to aid the Holy See? Ishgard has few friends at the bargaining table.
Though I have never seen one myself, it is said that Dragon Slayer just beyond the borders of my homeland.
Should events take a turn for the worse, we are fortunate that this settlement is such a popular crossroads for so many veteran adventurers. The town has been calm through all this talk of war, but if those dragons come to Revenant's Toll, there'll be panic aplenty, I'd wager.
But you got it. Gonna protect everyone.
Alright, Camp Dragonhead. He's riding a ghosty. Oh my god. That's hilarious. Alright, this way. I can't with that. It seems I was the swifter Bella. You too, however, have arrived with time to spare, while our host has yet to make an appearance. The murmurings about camp tell of some manner of trouble at the gates of judgment. In the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what is afoot.
Question the Knights.
Mark the nervous glances our friends share. The dragons have attacked, yes, but something else has occurred. Something unexpected. Let us question the knights here ere we proceed. When I laid eyes upon Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones. The The Gates of Judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of Ishgard's magical wards, if our first line of defense can be so easily shattered. Heretic scum! How dare they meddle with our divine protections! I shall rid our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. We need not fret over much. There are yet several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine. It would seem the heretic struck the first, and most telling, blow against Ishgard. Scions, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead. My apologies. We chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates, and thought it prudent to investigate the cause. Then you have learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders, and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. But let us speak more of this back at the camp. Sir Emmerich waits you.
Can't keep husbando waiting.
The worms roar. Elfino seems eager to return to Camp Dragonhead. Lady Iceheart has grown bold indeed if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do as we were bid and return to Camp Dragonhead. Lord Harshvant will know where Sir Emmerich means to receive us. Pray ask Lord Harshvant to direct us to the meeting place where you are ready. 'Tis reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend when one's homeland teeters upon the very brink of disaster. Though a single misstep could send us plunging into the abyss, your heroic presence strokes the flames of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to my prattling. A Lord Commander has arrived, and would treat with you in the intercessory. Sir Emmerich has now arrived in Camp Dragonhead. Pray make your way to the intercessory.
Will do.
Greetings, madam. Shall I show you inside?
Yes. There he is.
So see that here? No. Ishgard's future hangs in the balance. If the city's salvation rests on our assistance, I cannot well withhold it. Even so, I mean to make Sir Emmerich sweat for his reinforcements. On this occasion, feigned disinterest may serve the cause of Eorzean unity better than naked philanthropy. Come, let us find out what concessions the Holy See is willing to make. I thank you for coming with such haste, and apologize for my absence. Suffice it to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, we are but recently returned from the Gates of Judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you would prefer to postpone our appointed audience. On the contrary, Master Alphino, I think it more important than ever that this meeting take place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post on Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close friend and stalwart ally, Estinian.
I can't get over his armor. It's like, how do you sit? You look very cool, though. Yay!
May I present to you Ishgard's Azure Dragoon? An impressive title, though I confess I know precious little of the Order of Dragoons. They are formidable warriors all, yet even among such masters of the lance, Estinian is without equal. He, out of all the warriors of Ishgard, was chosen to wield the power of dragons, and may thus contend with any Javanian. You flatter me overmuch, Lord Commander. So, you are the adventurer of whom they spoke. I see now why my blood fair sang in anticipation of our meeting.
Ah, it's good to meet you too, Estinian.
Well, now that we have all been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share with you what we have learned of Iceheart's design, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gates. 'Twould seem that Lady Iceheart and the Javanians share a common goal, the reclamation of Nidhogg's stolen eye. Nidhogg, one of the 7 great worms? His name features prominently in your nation's history, though once defeated by the hero Haldrath, the beast is said to have terrorized Kurthus since Ishgard's founding. Aye, many are the scars our walls bear from Nidhogg's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Haldrath plucked from the bested worm's skull, known simply as the Eye, is a treasured relic of Ishgard, and one possessed of untold power. Should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dread creature would be restored to the height of his strength, and then no wall or ward we could erect would be stout enough to deny him. My vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancor.
It's like I'm hearing voices.
The eye itself is secreted deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. But those stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics, and dragons are another matter. There are individuals within the Javanian horde whom an entire company of knights would labor to repel, to say nothing of Nidhogg himself. Nor does age rob them of their strength. Through the endless march of years, the dragons endure, patient, calculating, inexorable. You must understand, these creatures do not share our perception of time. And that is especially true of the great worms, they who spend centuries in slumber only to wake and resume their campaign as if mere hours had passed. It has been 20 years since Nidhogg last darkened our skies, 20 years for him to gather his strength, and for us to bolster our defenses, and now, just as he seems primed to return, the heretics strike at the gates. You believe that Lady Iceheart is in league with the creature, then? Of that we cannot be certain. Though we know the heretics covet the eye, we have been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we must needs address the ragged hole their mistress has seen fit to rend in Ishgard's protections. 'Tis a weakness the Javanians are not like to leave untested. So, it would seem, you have described your plight in admirable detail, Lord Commander, yet I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why share such sensitive information with us? I shall speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and I would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons. This much I expected. Unlike our arrangement concerning the Keeper of the Lake, however, only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in the conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Javania. When the Eorzean Alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during Operation Archon, you refused us. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war? I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider what would follow were Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the Horde would have little cause to linger, and most would return to their lairs in Javania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Kurthus would be buried in snow, and the land would become the sole province of beasts and beastmen. Until the Garlean's arrival, that is, for you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Kurthus. They would not even have to draw steel. An imperial province sharing a border with Mardona? 7 hells. Very well. We will assist you in repelling the dragons. The roar of a great worm may have shaken the firmament, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. Nor did I ever think you would. Now, upon the matter of the roar. Allow me, Sir Emmerich. Through the power of the Eye, I have become the vessel of Nidhogg's strength. His essence has stolen into my very blood. Fear not, I am in full control of my faculties, I assure you, and the Eye itself is of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wheresoever I go. Its lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice. Hey, someone who else hears voices. We can communicate with each other. Just so you know, Estinian is the second wandering husbando. Yes. It's just a shame that you don't get to see him, his full self, until the end of the second expansion of Heavensward. That's the only shame. That's the only shame. And the worm who roared was Nidhogg. Aye, he means to hurl his horde against Danafin's collar and shatter the remaining wards that protect the city. There can be no doubt the worm has summoned his minions to war. Hi! I'm gonna be standing between my husbands. Oh, I love him. Yes. I love them so much. Okay, let me just take a quick screenshot here. No, wait, no, wait. There we go. Gotta love it. Cause I see, like I said, for the Warrior of Light, for shipping here, I love Aymeric because he's definitely, like, aesthetically very pleasing to look at. Estinian is too when he's not in full armor mode, but Estinian, because he wanders, I think he becomes part of the Scions. Spoiler. So I think story-wise, partner-wise, he'd be a better companion. Because Aymeric, unfortunately, has duties. He has to stay in Ishgard. So, for a true partnership, Estinian's the choice. Nidhogg, he is the source of our suffering. If we do not fell the worm, these endless clashes count for naught. Plus, I think Estinian, I see him as like a combination of Geralt from The Witcher and Zorro from One Piece. Yes. I am painfully aware of the hypocrisy of our request and the self-inflicted nature of our predicament. But should it serve to deliver my people from their unkind fate, gladly shall I bow my head and beg for aid. I expect, nay, welcome the coming storm of scorn and disdain. I will never dislike you. Though the circumstances are far from ideal, this desperate endeavor will at least provide us an opportunity to bring the sister states of Eorzea together in common cause. Sir Emmerich was more ruthless in his negotiations than I had anticipated. I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. But did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? Though the Lord Commander has long campaigned for Ishgard to open its gates to outsiders, I suspect this softening of the Holy See's attitude towards foreign cooperation comes as something of a bittersweet victory. The days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. Committed to the cause, Alphinaud is ready to begin making preparations for war. If we are to aid the Ishgardians in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made and soon. Before proceeding, however, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make our report to the antecedent. Ere we sally forth in the defense of Ishgard, we must needs consult with the antecedent. Come, let us return to the Rising Stones.
Let's go. Everyone else is the same.
Alphinaud, it is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
Shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
All those people.
Alphinaud is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war. But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go. The path we now embark upon is perilous, but I pray you will walk with us to the end. For those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
He's suspicious of them. That's right, he should be. Volunteer Dragon Slayers. Amphilia would have you assist with the preparations being made for the defense of Ishgard. I have bid the Archons travel to their assigned nations. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge Grand Company soldiers to Ishgard's cause, our comrades will be on hand to act as intermediaries for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant such support I leave to Alphino. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I would have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would also have you consider the matter of your own security. Revenant's Toll is but a short flight from the snowfields of Kurthus. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Pray brief Slaftborn on the brewing conflict, and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for aught that might wing its way over our walls. I only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. Before you leave, might I suggest that you have Titaro accompany you? She has a talent for administrative and a firm grasp of the practical challenges we may encounter. It is impossible to predict how many will rally to Ishgard's call for reinforcements. I do not envy those responsible for planning the city's defense. Tataru! So, Amphilia has committed the science to Ishgard's cause, has she? Though she makes her pronouncements with unshakable confidence, I can only imagine how agonizing it was for her to arrive at this decision. So many lives at stake. Higiri is here. The threat of war sows panic and confusion, and routine tasks can offer a calming stability. Being sure the larder is properly stocked, for instance.
We are rather close to Kurthus, aren't we? We'd best see to our own defenses and take stock of our supplies. Oh, and we'll also need to have beds and bandages laid out just in case. A good receptionist is ready for any eventuality. Let's go, Bella. I have 101 things to discuss with Slaftborn.
Oh, there's Nami Straw Hats. He's talking about Zoro.
And so I'd like you to spread the word to the settlers and ventures in town.
I appreciate the warning. If war is coming to Kurthus, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding room for an infirmary, as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I would return the favor. But as for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgardian soil, and I am certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at the siege. That said, each adventurer is, of course, free to do as he or she will. I shall have a word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf, and you might try your luck here in Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your call to arms. I'll see if I can't persuade a few friends to join the cause. While I do that, why not try asking around for volunteers here in the toll? I dare say you'll find a few who are willing to help, but do make sure they're up to the task, will you? You want to fight the dragons, not feed them.
Let's get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse.
That is a flaming horse. Which is very synchronistic. Tomorrow is when the fire horse starts. Spare me your talk of glory and fame. I'm not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I survived this long by trusting my instincts. My instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. What's that? Ishgard sounds like she's in a right mess, but that ain't what I want to talk to you about. I need you to cast your mind back to that scuffle with the Empire out by the processing plant. A lad from Little Alamigo by the name of Wilbert was there with the Fourth that day, and I want to know if you've seen him since. Have you? Gosh damn it, I feared as much. No one's bloody seen him. It's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. But that ain't all. Around the time Wilbert stopped turning up for duty, then black market weapons went missing from our vault in Ul'dah. So now, of course, half the braves suspect the lad of making off with the goods. Folk like to believe our company is a disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, it's no more than a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and Grand Company veterans. The only thing that binds us together is some vague oath about fighting for the freedom of all, that and the steady pay. Now, compared to most others in this crew, Wilbert's a fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp amongst wolves. But the boy's got passion. When he talked about being the guardian of Eorzea, he bloody well meant it. A lad like him wouldn't rob us blind and bugger off like that. He ain't the type. And this is just between you and me, mind. There's the fact that the lad wanted to tell me about something queer he noticed in the ledgers. Something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. Aye, there's a villain at the end of this trail I've stumbled on, and I'll bet me good eye it ain't young Wilred. Any road, you've got a war to wage, so I'll let you get on. I just thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you, Bella. There's Tatar. She's trying to gather people to listen to her.
Attention adventurers! Ishgard is in peril and has need of heroes. If you've ever dreamed of battling a Dravanian, then now's your chance.
She's so cute. So, Ishgard seeks sellswords to bolster its ranks, eh? Though I'm not sure I like the sound of this siege. Those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. Ah, but I have pledged myself to guard Revenant's toll. Modest work, though it is. I am loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do? What to do? She is. While I'm here, let's just talk to Koharu. Koharu!
La la la, la di da di da. A child's joy will always brighten your day. I'll show you a smile if you're happy to pay. Did that sound right? The Taro has been teaching me traditional Aldan rhyming songs. The children of Ul'dah seem to spend an awful lot of time thinking about money.
That sounds about right. But how much they like money? I'm surprised the Lalafels aren't leprechauns. Oh, here's Boca.
I'm buying herbs to make into poultices. People are always getting hurt around here, you see, and you can never have enough medicine. A Doman Brave is always prepared.
Here's one of you guys. Where are the other kiddos? Yeah. I had to keep an eye out. Volunteer my services in the defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them mine. 'Twas to escape such a fate that I took up the mantle of adventurer in the first place. I would sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddled behind an icy wall. Fair, fair. Sell me blade to the Ishgardians. Well, them dragons are a fearsome lot, but I'd slay me fair share of if the coin was good. I've worked for one of them nights before, you know. Watched me like a bloody hawk, you did. Still, I'd put up with worse than that for a heavy purse. Hey, some do it just for the money. Keep an eye out for the other chillins. Where's the chillins? Up here? Let's see. Just Koharu. That's two. Makes me wonder. I don't think he would be over here. Maybe not. No, I don't think so. It's like the leader of the ragtag group there.
There you are, Bella. So, did you sway any hearts? One or two, eh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4, not including Softborn's friends. We won't have the largest company in the army, but I'd say 1 Revenant's Toll veteran is worth a dozen clinking knives at least.
Allied perspective. Totaro has a message for you from Alphino.
Oh, I've been so caught up with recruiting that I almost forgot. There's been word from Alphino. Apparently, the Alliance leaders are convening in Ul'dah to discuss Ishgard's plight. And they've requested your presence, as usual. Anyway, you'd best make your way to Ul'dah, or you'll be late. Alphino said that he would meet you on the Royal Promenade. Alphino asked that you join him on the Royal Promenade. Don't worry, Softborn and I can handle the preparations here. Now, get going. It wouldn't do to keep the Alliance leaders waiting.
Okay, off we go. Oh my god, I saw that kitty. Where is it? Is there this little short hair? I'm like, yeah. Look at it. Look at it. It's adorable. It's adorable. Hi! Hi! Oh, pet. Oh my god! Look at it. It's adorable. Okay, Chamber of Rule. My apologies for calling you away from your tasks. I had hoped to proceed with these negotiations one later at a time, but it seems my urgent request for an audience had prompted a gathering of the council. Needless to say, I felt obligated to attend. The alliance leaders are already seated within. Let us join them, shall we?
We are well aware of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Brave's intervention.
Uldar has none.
Gridania does not object.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but two of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard. Not when our own homes are still under siege.
We dare not leave our interests in Cartano undefended as well. Telegi Adalegi and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Ah, yes. The free companies. They're not like to turn you down.
I beg your pardon? You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords? Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
My duty is to my country and my people. If you expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed.
That's how the world works, Alfie.
Limsa comes first.
You have a good
then
heart.
the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest. If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
He's still young.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again. If I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Uldar to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard. Your Grace?
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
She looks so down.
Is her grace not feeling well?
To the best of my knowledge, her grace is in perfect health.
I see. Carry on.
Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems you have been conscripted into leading a contingent of adventurers on yet another mission of inestimable danger. But I fear we have been left with little alternative. We cannot well abandon Lord Haurchefant and Sir Emmerich to their fate. We must abide by the Council's decision, as short-sighted as it is, and strive to fulfill our roles as Eorzea's guardians. Captain Ilbert, what news? And the assault has begun. We have but this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces into position. Your unit will join House Dyrendare at the Steel Vigil. Man the cannons alongside the knights, and thin the Dravanian horde ere they descend upon Ishgard. I will join you as soon as I am able. Bella, I would have you and your adventurer allies bolster the defenses at the Steps of Fate. Report first to Sir Marceline at the Gates of Judgment, and he will direct you to where you are needed most. May the gods grant us victory. Seek out Sir Marceline, the keeper of the Gates of Judgment. The Steps of Faith lie just beyond his position, and he will know where the fighting is worst. I know. Plot point change. Now, I believe they changed this. It used to be a trial, I think, but now I think you can do it as like a solo duty. Where am I going? This way. I guess so. Turned around. Turn around. I can't remember. For the trial, I think... Hi, Taya. Oh, you're in your Dragoon outfit? Hi! It's all red. What'd they do? Like, you had to, like, go up and fire the ballistas or something at the dragon? You are the appointed captain of the sellsword contingent? Then welcome. There is no shortage of blade work to be done. As we speak, Dravanian skirmishing parties are harrying positions across the Central Highlands. I've assigned the Crystal Braves and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks, and for the present, I would have you join them. This is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault on Ishgard proper. The willy serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, but we will not be so easily drawn out of position. The Temple Knights will remain on the Steps of Faith and continue our preparations. When the Horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Report back to me once their advanced skirmishes are slain. Are my friends here? Oh, here we go. Got some adventurers here. Party. So I think our friends, the Scions, take part. I would have you assist the Crystal Braves and your fellow adventurers in slaying the Dravanians' advanced skirmishes. Report back to me as soon as the threat has been eliminated. Okay. Have to go... White brim front. Off go! If I ever decide to play with my character Meteor Stardust again, I'll probably try Dragoon. It seemed like a pretty cool class. I like the concept of it. Because I feel that Dragoon, like there are certain, for me to roleplay, certain jobs are like more masculine, some are more feminine, or that's just me though. Thanks for the regen. Oh, I hit the wrong one. Good. Okay. Look at you on your little dragon. Is that a dragon? Or a griffin? No, it's a griffin. Cute. You okay? You okay? Damn dragons. People are dead. Gotta go this way. Can we cross over this way? Shortcut. The dragoon is second to dancer as the most fun DPS job. I've seen some of the effects and it seems really cool, really fun. Like I said, I think I've attempted Lancer for a little bit, but not enough to really level up to Dragoon. Oh, I keep doing that by accident. Okay, extra heals then. Leave my friend alone. You're attacking me. big guy. You get. I can't go any higher. Are you on the outside? Doing the dance? What news, Avenger? The reinforcements. Decimated, you say? Dravanian devils. Damn their scaly hides. Hold fast to your grief and fury, my lady. We will avenge the deaths of your fellows in the battle to come. The Steps of Faith. Sir Marceline wishes to prepare you for the siege of Ishgard. Ere you commit yourself to the siege, you should know what it is you are tasked with defending. Beyond the gates of judgment lie the Steps of Faith, a great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. More than simply a means to cross the Sea of Clouds, the bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane wards that form the barrier we call Danafin's Collar. Alas, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer, that thrice-damned witch Iceheart stripped the barrier bridge of its protection, and thus are the dragons now able to land unhindered upon the Steps of Faith. Should the Dravanians succeed in destroying the remainder of the wards, the winged devils will be free to swarm within the city itself. Needless to say, we cannot suffer that to happen. It shall be our task as defenders to prevent any harm from coming to those parts of the bridge wherein the wards are sealed. 3 yet remain, and we have dispatched our forces accordingly. I would ask you and your comrades to accompany our defenders at the outermost ward. I shall hope that includes us as well, yes? Who speaks? A Thancred. The signs of a seventh dawn. We cannot well stand idly by while the horde threatens the good people of Ishgard. Indeed, to do otherwise would go against all that Master Louisoix has taught us. As for where we may be of most assistance, I think it prudent we divide into 2 groups. Ian and I will join the rear guard.
Right. If the dragons should reach us, we'll be sure to give them what for.
Thank you, all of you. Pray speak with me again when your preparations are complete, and together we shall stand against the horde.
At least I get to fight with my friendos.
Would that we would say with certainty that none of the wards will be breached, but our enemy is resourceful.
No matter what happens, we cannot let them cross this bridge.
The dragons may never again have such an opportunity to strike at the Holy See. You can be certain they will not squander it, so we must be vigilant. I'm told the first commander of the Temple Knights, Lucia, will be leading their forces. By all accounts, it would seem we're in quite capable hands. Alright. I trust you are ready then? Good. Come, let us make for the battlefield. I'm ready. I'll do my best. Gotta be a big guy. Okay, zoom all the way out to see the big guy. Okay. Defend the bridge. Need him as a mount.
Let's finish this quickly, shall we?
Yeah, so much is happening. Oh God. More. So much fire! So much fire! We're good, we're good, we're good. Back here. We need... Yeah, oh, no. This one. Big guy. Someone better heal me. Yeah, in there. There's no safe place. There's no safe place. Good. Fall back. I can't move. Sprint, as far away as I can. Run. Why am I stopping?
Ether, to me.
You're still alive. Yeah. Okay. Someone healing. You saw it? You saw it. Thank you. She's the healer. Okay. No. Run. Ow, I still got hit. Is that Estinian? No, it's just a joking. I'm gonna die. Stola. Yeah. My mic was out. Lalafell tanks are cute. Didn't even notice. Can't lose a party of Dragoons. Yes. The Dragoons, they are withdrawing. Victory is ours. We won. One of Needhog's greatest champions, slain. The Horde will not soon recover from this blow. But what of you, Needhog? Why did you not join your minions and make of this battle a slaughter? Have you grown so fond of the stench of your lair? Mayhap you prefer to have your allies fight your battles for you. You have a girl to do your bidding now, do you not? No matter, I shall slay Iceheart and all the rest. But I yearn to spill the blood of a great worm, Needhog, and only your death will slate my lance. There he goes. You did a good job, everyone. You did a good job. It was a close victory, but a victory nonetheless. I think we have earned a brief respite. The famed dragoons of Ishgard commanding the skies battle was truly a sight to behold. Indeed it was.
Phew, that was exhausting.
'Tis a rare opportunity to find oneself confronted with so terrible a foe. Rarer still to emerge victorious. I should hope we need not contend with more of Needhog's champions. Bella, the dragons are routed. Lest you wonder, the fighting at the still vigil was also fierce, but my crystal braves were not found wanting. Did you see me? Did you see me? Commander Levieux, Bella, true to your word, you arrived to aid us in our hour of need. On behalf of the Holy See and the people of Ishgard, I offer you my humble thanks. Though I would stay and lavish you with well-deserved praise, I fear I must away to oversee the aftermath of the siege. Not all the dragons are fled, and there are yet wounded to be carried from the field. Pray let us meet anon that I might express my thanks with the proper courtesy. We have indeed achieved a victory of singular importance. With the Dravanian horde thus weakened and scattered, the threat to Ishgard has been greatly diminished. And, mayhap equally significant, the Holy See must now recognize the necessity of cooperation with foreign powers. Long have they barred their gates against the outside world, but I am confident that the day will soon come when Ishgard proclaims itself a member of the Eorzean Alliance once more. Much have we sacrificed in our struggles against dragons and primals, the Ascians and the Empire, but step by unfaltering step, we march ever nearer to our goal. And as ever, the journey is made with you in the van. The victory you have won this day gives us greater hope for the morrow. 'Tis a hope that shall sustain us in the days to come, and bear us past the many evils that yet seek to hinder our progress. Yes, we have done well, my friend, and I, for one, would take a moment to savor the enormity of our achievement. You've done well. And in my skirt, too. The demands of duty, however, allow me little time for levity. I must accompany Captain Ilbert back to Ul'dah and reassign those braves whose squads suffered heavy losses. You, my friend, have earned a rest at the Rising Stones. I return to Revenant's Toll and share your tale with Mephilia in person. I will see you to informing the other nations of what took place here. Do be sure to give our regards to Mephilia. Alright, off to Mephilia. Tara's here. Alright, everyone else is the same. Oh wait, she was outside the last time I saw her, right?
I am faced by a merciless amount of administrative chores. Thankfully, this is one battle I am well equipped to fight.
Bella, welcome back. Alphino sent word of the siege, and, of course, of the role you played in ending it. Your deeds never cease to amaze me, Bella. Thank you. Yay! So I think there's one more quest, and then I think I will end that for this evening, because then I would have reached the halfway mark. Administrative decision. Mephilia seems still loath to put you to further trouble so soon after your last great exertion. You must be wary, Bella, and now may very well be your only chance to...
Antecedent.
Your little wave.
A messenger from Ul'dah arrived with a missive for you.
The royal seal. Curious indeed. Ah, an invitation. On behalf of the Council of the Eorzean Alliance, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul Namo invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to attend the feast at the Royal Palace of Ul'dah in honor of Ishgard's recent victory. It would seem we are to be recognized for our part in lifting the siege, you for your valiant efforts as commander of the Adventurers' contingent, and the Archons for their earnest attempts to rouse the city-states. Truly, I find it strange that the Alliance leaders should think themselves deserving of a place at such a celebration. All three refused to deploy their standing armies, preferring to send hastily assembled companies of sellswords, many of whom perished ere the siege began. Are they truly so brazen as to seek to share in the glory of your triumph? Ah, but mayhap they simply seek to a pretext to meet with the Ishgardians while the mood is still jubilant. Such an occasion would present a fine opportunity to press for Ishgard's return to the Eorzean Alliance. We have scarce had time to mourn Moonbrita, and I, for one, am in no mood to carouse, but I suppose we must put away our grief for the good of the realm. Though you were promised rest, I fear I must insist that you also attend. It would be a strange celebration indeed if the victorious hero were not present. Pray content yourself with the thought that such occasions may bring about momentous change, and this without recourse to bloodshed. Tataru, if you would do me the favor of contacting the rest of the Scions?
Of course, Antecedent. And please let me know if there's anything else I can do.
She just wants to be a help. curious. I have never known Totaro to sigh at such requests. Could aught be amiss? Totaro is troubled. I'm certain of it. Would you mind speaking with her? I fear any concern I show will be met with stoic denials. It makes me wonder, is the Warrior of Light, because they can't say no to anything, are they like the healer of the group and just everyone, or the empath of the group and everyone just releases their woes onto the Warrior of Light? Totaro is conspicuous by her absence. Let's talk to everyone else here. In Doma, fidelity is a highly prized virtue. Perhaps it is a difference in culture, but this situation lies outside my comprehension. What? There's there. Do we not have more pressing matters to attend to? Abarmo shackles its faithful with the bonds of eternal devotion, but I fear the power Thancred wields over his admirers is rather more fickle, especially when each realizes she is not the sole object of his affection. She's just laughing it up. Oh God, make it stop! My sides are about to burst! Leave the others to their squabbling. Thancred. Best watch your tongue. God, so all these girls are fans of Thancred. Thancred, this is what you get for being a womanizer. It's a favorite. Ladies, please, this is no way to... Oh, hello, Bella. I was just, entertaining some friends. Oh, gods. This doesn't look good for you, Thancred. This is why I don't choose you. Totaro, I believe she just stepped outside. Now that I think on it, she did seem rather preoccupied. Have you witnessed the scene over yonder? Such is the fate of he who would toy with women's hearts. Let us see how Thancred's silver tongue wags its way out of this one. I prefer loyalty in a man. That's why Amaric is high up there. He's very loyal. You, sir. I'm not a fan of the hairstyle, but you have the same hair color as me. Pink with blue highlights. There you are. Hi. Let me look at your weapon here. The color. It's cool. It's cool. I like it. Alright, who am I looking for? Totaro? Totaro! There's Koharu. I still didn't find the other kiddos.
Oh, Bella, it's you. I didn't mean to worry anyone. It's nothing, really. Well, it's not nothing exactly, but it feels like nothing compared to the towering trials you and the others face every day. And that's why I should probably talk to Minfilia before things get any worse. You always know what to say, Bella. I'm glad we had this little chat.
I said nothing. Let's see, is the other kiddo down here somewhere? No. know where he is. Okay, Memphilia. Everyone else is the same.
My mind is made up.
Yes, Totaro, you have my undivided attention.
I've been hesitant to broach the subject, what with all the recent excitement, but Bella made me realize that there's no time like the present, and time is what I'm here to ask you for.
I'm not sure I understand. If you wish to be excused from your duties for a time, then you have certainly earned the rest. But I suspect that lying in bed is far from your intent.
You know me too well, Antecedent. There is, in fact, something I've been wanting to try my hand at. Along with the adventurers and the Crystal Braves, the Scions are constantly being thrown into dangerous battles and deadly predicaments. Even Hori Boulder and Colonet have been promoted from guard duty to fill our need for competent warriors. And so it seems only right that I too should acquire the power to defend myself, and others more importantly. When I return, I shall be both your receptionist and your bodyguard.
Oh dear. She is determined. Whoa, hey. That's the first time I've almost been knocked to the ground by Lalafell. I've never seen Miss Totaro so determined. Has aught befell with which I might help, Antecedent? Ah, not at present, thank you. Was there something you would ask of me? Oh, yes. Pray excuse my distraction. An adventurer who was to join us for escort duty was injured while out on patrol. And I fear we cannot properly defend the scholars entrusted to our protection without the aid of at least one more guard. Therefore, I humbly request that another adventurer, of the capable kind, of course, be assigned to our party. Very well. I shall consider the potential candidates and provide you with a replacement as soon as I am able. My thanks, Antecedent. I take my leave of you. Alright, so we got quite a bit done. We got to save the bridge. We got to work alongside the second husbando, Estinian. He's so cool. I love him. I can't wait to see his face. I have to wait until a whole expansion to do so. He's so cool. Love him. Love him. Love both the boys. Yes. Alright, give a like and subscribe to see more. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.